Hi, I'm Michael Monroe and I'm a Senior Solution Engineer in the Tanzu team within VMware. In Tanzu, we specialize in all aspects of application modernization and DevSecOps. And in this session today, I'd like to talk about the why, the what, and how to modernize an application within your organization. The four key topics that I will address at a high level are what is driving application modernization, the market needs, technology changes, and the user experience. Why and how monolithic applications, which are essentially a single application on a virtual or physical server, have evolved to a distributed services architecture will be touched on briefly. Where a universal security overlay for all environments can solve the multiple security constructs with different providers. And then I'll walk through a 30,000-foot view of how Tanzu can deliver a modern platform that allows you to consume cloud-native services while retaining ownership of your architecture and roadmap, effectively keeping you in the driver's seat of your organization. And finally, I'll share a few key takeaway points. So in this session, I hope you will begin to understand the need for application modernization in the digital era that exists today and have the opportunity to explore application modernization solutions offered by VMware Tanzu from not only our portfolio of products, but also our services such as Tanzu Labs, managed services, and more. Why modernize? What is driving the majority of organizations today to change and modernize the applications they have? Without a compelling event, a market driver or otherwise, there is no need for change. What we are seeing more than ever with the fast pace of technological change, particularly with COVID, is the need to evolve processes, systems, and how we deliver applications to our customers. Social media, which has provided an unprecedented level of connectivity between humans, has driven a lot of change in customers' expectations in consuming services. We need only think of Uber Eats, Amazon Shopping, Netflix, and others to see how the user experience has become a digitally driven one. Digital transactions are the new currency for services, and this requires modern applications and systems that support a digital ecosystem. The ability to deliver new features and services rapidly is essential and sets a new pace of application development and release cycles. In order to remain competitively agile and relevant in the digital marketplace, a business needs fast, automated, and repeatable capabilities. Capabilities such as automated application builds that happen in minutes or less, and deployments within hours and minutes, including all the phases of code and security testing. And more importantly, a digital system drives the need for cultural and operational change, and this in turn requires a digital ecosystem that is well integrated and automated. Quite a mouthful, right? But it doesn't need to be complicated to implement, and it doesn't have to replace existing systems all at once, because DevSecOps is a journey. And a platform should be able to support that journey and add capabilities in an incremental way, one at a time, at the right time, as needed. So when it comes to implementing a DevSecOps-driven ecosystem, what are the common challenges faced by our customers? First is low-risk enablement, which is really saying, I want to enable my developers to be able to run at full speed and self-service their needs, but I also want to ensure that no risk is introduced and we remain secure and compliant. So we want to give the developers the tools, but not blow up the workshop. Iterative improvement is not about building the gold version on day one, but evolving to a desired state over time. And the platform absolutely must support this gradual, ever-improving journey with a minimum of business disruption. And of course, there needs to be a level of confidence that the right tools and best practices are being adopted on this journey. For example, Kubernetes as the container platform over other container solutions, because it is the accepted industry standard and will ensure many years of support and innovation. So this is where the right tools, the right platform, and culture is essential to transforming an application and evolving it to a market that is digitally transacting. There are three high-level reasons we can look at to understand how a monolithic application does not work and why a distributed or microservice application does. Resilience and risk. In order to ensure uptime of an application, it needs to be deployed to multiple areas of availability. And this could be within a single city or many cities or even globally, so that when an instance of an application fails, another is available to take over. To do this, a common framework or platform is required so that the deployment model is the same no matter where it is hosted. This is where Kubernetes provides the same platform and a consistent developer and operational experience no matter where it is deployed. Availability. As with resilience and risk, there is also a need to provide the best customer experience, and a simple example can be deploying an application close to a customer so that the application is responsive and the user experience is a good one. There may also be a desire to enable region-specific features depending on a country's requirements or the market demand. And best user experience is a combination of the above so that ultimately The customer raves about your application based on their experience in using it. To achieve all these three, a new application model is required where each function of the application is put in a container, and this allows that particular function to scale independent of other functions of the application. For example, where a large number of new user registrations are occurring, that function will scale to meet the load or demand, but we do not need to scale out the entire application for all the other functions, unless there is a demand for it. Universal security is the concept of achieving efficient governance and compliance by using a singular security architecture which orchestrates environment or provider-specific security models using one security plane. Each cloud provider has their own security model with roles and access mechanisms for their services. And these differ between the cloud providers, which means there is an impact of having to manage multiple security models in a multi-cloud world. By having a universal security control plane and only defining a security policy once, and then deploying it across any cloud provider, operational and security complexity is reduced. So your team now only needs to learn one security engine, define the policies within, and confidently deploy to any cloud, and those policies will be translated into the security methods that the cloud provider uses within their services. Why Tanzu, and how does it help with cloud native? Cloud native has a few different meanings, but at the core, it means being able to utilize common services such as infrastructure from cloud providers as part of a solution. The key components required for a digital platform which enables application modernization, starting from the top left, are a developer framework, where coding practices and libraries are provided to enable the developer to code fast in a well-supported and structured way. Then an application build service takes that code and compiles it into an application that can be run, where a packaging service will then put that application into an environment, such as a container, which ensures the application can run anywhere with all the required libraries and services it needs in an efficient small footprint. An application catalog can be used to store that application package ready for deployment anywhere that Kubernetes runs, which includes all of the cloud providers. And then once deployed, it is important to have a service to manage and monitor applications in any environment. The key to underpinning all of these is, of course, Kubernetes, which is the industry standard for running container-based workloads. VMware Tanzu has a component service to address all of these required capabilities, and together they make up a full software-defined lifecycle platform with automation and integration built in. As the portfolio of components is loosely coupled, customers can choose to add each capability one at a time as they progress on their DevSecOps journey, confident that the integration is already engineered within. This ensures that as technology changes, it is easy to upgrade and replace each capability as required in the future. Tanzu provides the digital ecosystem platform that enables organizations to innovate and improve in an iterative way and aligns to a customer's business demands. It is a modular, full-stack solution that supports and delivers business applications and provides a platform to enable application modernization. And because it is modular, each capability can be adopted along the journey to an agile DevSecOps target state while allowing for integration with new and existing services. The top three things I'd like to leave with you are these. Application modernization requires a full stack platform with all of the integration and automation included. The focus should be on the application and less on maintaining the platform and infrastructure needed to run the application. Organizations are changing culturally, and this is great because it is needed in order to go faster. And we want to help you go faster with digital solutions. Tanzu is a leading full stack platform that enables our customers to transact fast in a digital world. I invite you to take the next step and look at the platform in our demonstrations, download the community edition and run it yourself, or reach out to me or the Tanzu team, and we'd love to talk about how we can help you modernize your application portfolio. On behalf of VMware and Tanzu, thank you for your time today with this brief introduction on application modernization, and I look forward to talking with you soon.